Number 2 overall pick, James Wiseman. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on about him. We've talked about this a lot personally, Caleb. How has Wiseman been to start off this year?
Been iffy. He's had good games where it's like, okay, he's putting it together. But for the, I would say 70% of his games, he's been kind of like that guy who's, you know what I mean? He's not high IQ out there sometimes, and he
He's
kind
not
of
Kevin
gets
Garnett.
lost. No, he's not Kevin Garnett. He's not, David Robinson. He's not those guys, and I don't really understand why Warriors fans are saying that he's those guys because it's not really anywhere near accurate. People said that he better be better than Chris Bosh. I don't agree with that. I think Chris Bosh is substantially better. I don't understand. See, this is how people start to hate prospects because of
Yes.
people just going out of the way to make the most unrealistic comparisons and expectations and stuff. And it's like, calm down. Let him figure it out. He's looked decent, but then he's had games where he's looked really bad. And it's like
Yeah.
with the Warriors struggling right now so much being on a secondary handler that can initiate an offense, it makes you think like, hey, maybe LaMelo would have been the better pick. You know what I mean? Like maybe it just me and Amir have talked about the whole center debate for a while, how centers are basically becoming like a running back in NFL, center by committee. You can play 2, 3 centers. You can kind of get the same value out of one center. We're very adamant that centers are kind of outdated in today's NBA. But at the same time, you need one. We'll see how he does. But so far, I feel like we've been right on him. Not really been setting the league on fire. Like some fans are acting like he has. I don't know why they're doing that.
Well, I think a lot of that is just James Wiseman has a few good games, and then people get completely irrational with what they expect of him.
Mm-mm.
I've seen comparisons of him to Karl-Anthony Towns, and it's like, are we forgetting that Karl-Anthony Towns is playing on one of the best Kentucky teams and was far and away the best player in his class? Like,
Yeah.
Karl-Anthony Towns is a very good player, right? But Karl-Anthony Towns can't even lead Minnesota anywhere. So if you think Wiseman is going to do well, I mean, it's a lot of pressure to put on a young kid, especially at that position. A lot of his success has been, I believe, because of the fact that he's on the Warriors. He got drafted to a good organization. Now, some of it also falls on being next to a guy like Steph Curry, so the attention is not fully drawn on him, and he's set up the right way. Draymond does a very good job of leading him and teaching him, little things. And one thing I will say about Wiseman though is he's going to be a project. It's going to take him a few years to really see where he's going to be. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this will be a regretful pick. I don't know if they should have picked LaMelo. I don't know if they should have picked Tyrese Halliburton because Tyrese and Steph would have looked really good together, man. They would have looked
It's
good.
crazy. I had brought up the idea that the Warriors just trade back and take Tyrese, and people were like, "No." I'm like, "Listen, man, Tyrese is going to be good. It would have been a better fit than Wiseman. I don't understand why people are getting so high on Wiseman, but I don't want to spend too much time on him.
Yeah,
It's
for
just
sure. It's
check
just
in
that the
halfway
Warriors
through.
don't have big man, and that's the problem. Is
Mhm.
one thing, I'll finish it off with saying Wiseman is not getting fourth quarter minutes anymore, Caleb, and they don't have Marquise Chris, and they have a washed up Kevon Looney. The fact that he's not able to play in the fourth quarter and is getting foul trouble, not majorly concerning, but it is something to keep an eye on.